So, let's speak about stained glass as a hobby while I'm foiling my current projects. First of all, should you start or should you not? You have to realize this is not really cheap. This is quite expensive hobby. And you can associate stained glass with all those old Victorian mansions. And they used to show that way that they have the money to buy the art that takes time, a lot of resources, and so on. So they are just showing off their money and wealth with all those beautiful windows. First of all, you need all the things for cutting glass. You need the glass knives, like I bought this. This is used nickel knife, but it's the best knife you can get. It's used, but it still works, so it's okay. I need to buy a new knife soon. Then you need the grinder. I'm not going to show you the picture because you have seen it before. Then you need the foiling tools, all the glass cutters, all the tin, all the things to solder, so you need some kind of iron. And most of all, you need a lot of patience. Lots and lots of patience. Because this process takes so much time. I hate the part where I cut the glass and I have to grind it. I kind of like the process when you get to this foiling point. Then you start to see the real progress in your work. And I find the soldering, it's just fast. It's the final touch, and then when you add the layer where you have just the staining to do and then the waxing and cleaning up, it's just great. I started out just doing with dry grinder. This with my husband's tools that I had available. I did my first pieces like that. It made so much dust because there was no water. But it didn't matter at the time because we had renovations going on, so the dust was everywhere. Anyways. But then I got excited about this hobby and I did buy used grinder, which I still have. I have just bought new grinder bits. And unfortunately I have to buy a lot of grinder bits because I just don't have the patience to take it slow and grind slowly. I just wanted to cut it right on to the point. So I'm going through a lot of grinder pieces. And yeah, well, I ended up going to the community college for adults. I don't know what it's in English, it's in Finnish. Työväenopisto. I wanted to get some help to get ahead in my process as an artist, and I ended up getting some good tips from my teacher. But I didn't find it so satisfying because most of the people were just doing simple little works. And I started with these big pieces and started really grinding fine. And they were just doing big chunks of glass and putting it together. So I quit that, and since the coronavirus I didn't want to go there anyways. And here I am again doing a big piece with some frustration along the way, because I hate the cutting and grinding process. But here I am at the point that I can start foiling and soldering. That's the rewarding part of doing this all. And when you end up with the finished piece shining through it, it's just amazing. But whether you are willing to use the time and the money to this hobby, it's up to you. But I say it's not going to be easy. And I'm at the point that I wanted to start painting some of my pieces and fusing the paint or fusing glass. I don't have the money to buy the big fusing machine, so I'm thinking maybe I buy the microwave kiln and just paint some of my pieces to make highlights or so, just to improve my work. And I'm by no means I'm saying that I'm professional. No, I'm not professional, definitely. I'm just a hobbyist. But you have to understand this is time consuming and takes a lot of money, at least where I live in Finland. The glasses, all the foil, everything. The materials are just so expensive, and you don't necessarily get the money back for your work when you sell your work. So those are the things you need to think about before you start this hobby. And I have all my windows already full of my work, so I should sell something, but I don't want to take any loss what I have paid for doing those jobs. And no one seems to be willing to pay me what all the materials have cost me. Yeah, so basically I'm stuck with all the work I do. But yeah, this is a fun hobby, frustrating, rewarding, everything at the same time. It's up to you. Cheers.